everyone from Portland, Oregon again. Today, I'm going to talk about Ashes of Creation, the game I just started playing about a week ago. So I could be wrong on everything, or I could be right. I don't know, but here's my opinion. Ashes of Creation is a visually beautiful game, right, guys? Which I enjoy just traversing the mountaintops, taking in the splendor of all they have to offer. The rippling and reflective water pools. You walk through them, you see the ripples. It's fantastic. I enjoy the shadowing. The shadowing's fantastic. I like looking at the reflection of the mountains and the water. The movement abilities, like the rogue that does the feint sidestep to come around, or does the flip over the mob to get on the other side of it and attack from behind. The visual movement of the wand when a mage fires a shot. It looks fantastic. It's great. But, currently, after a week, I've noticed some stuff I'm not really fond of, guys. Again, though, this is just, we're still in alpha testing. We're on the public test realm situation. So I'm hoping I'm not seeing the finished product, to be honest with you. After a week, this current week, we're allowed to skip, get a scroll, and you can skip all the way up to level 25, right? This is great, for exploring and trying out new abilities. The talent tree, when you hit 25, allows you every skill in the trees, though, guys. Every branch on that tree, which is, well, it's irritating for me. I don't want every skill. If I choose to be a frost mage, I want to be able to spend all of my points in the Frost Mage tree, or all of my points in the Arcane Mage tree, or all of my points in the Fire Mage tree. What I don't want is every single talent from every single tree. Now, it might be a little different class to class, because I only took the time to do this video and post it because I happened to be playing a mage that day, and I think after I was done with the skill tree, picking out on my abilities, I only had maybe one or two sub abilities that I didn't get. And I was like, wow, this feels awful. That means every time I go around as a level 25 mage and I see other level 25 mages, I know they have all the same skills I do. And, if everything's the same, why would I aspire to play something different? I want to aspire to play something different. I want to be a full-on frost mage, watch somebody in my group who's a fire mage do just tremendous amount more damage and go, wow, maybe I should respect and try fire mage. But right now, I get to be every type of mage at once. Ugh. And don't even get me started, on the idea of your naming skills. It looks like you've hired some sort of Blizzard World of Warcraft employee who said, hey guys, I've got some ideas for naming your spells. Yeah, I'm got some big names here. You're going to really dig it. How about the one where they, go across a big distance? We call it Blink. Or how about Frostbolt or Blizzard in AoE? Have you guys ever even thought of Blizzard? Or maybe even, how about something that shoots in front of us and slows stuff down or pushes them back? We'll call it Cone of Cold. I mean, that, the Blizzard is common phrasing, but the Cone of Cold feels more like plagiarism. I'm not knocking you down for these Ashes of Creation, because, I mean, if you're going to replicate anybody in the same genre or industry of you should go after the best and pick up some of their stuff. They have great ideas, but don't limit yourself to that. There's some other games, like I used to play EverQuest. EverQuest had some fantastic classes. Like, if you guys were to incorporate in EverQuest, they had a monk, and that monk, you would take them to raids, and you would have to have at least 2 or 3 monks, because you could not, even as a raid group, take on a full group of the trash in the raid. So you needed a monk to go pull this group, and then another monk to peel it off, and the first one would feign death, and hopefully that second monk would have just pulled a section of the trash and not all of it. You need some sort of, different development. Right now, it just feels, it feels like a poor replica as far as gameplay to World of Warcraft. I feel like with the talent trees, what you could do, what I like to see at least is maybe you add some self buffs that are tree branch specific. Specific. Maybe a mage shell has a chilled effect when they get hit. It applies a chill effect to the mob that hits them, or the arcane shock effect, or the fire, the burn effect. You could expand the on the shell skill set by having these additional attributes. Maybe all three tree branches could access the shell, but when they do access or spend the point in the shell, they only get it in their specific class that they're choosing. Maybe your trees have its own resistant buff, castable on team members, such as a frost, fire, arcane, damage reduction. You could even have frivolous point expenditures like summon food or sales vendor for a duration. An aggro drop for a team play or a hover so you could walk on water. There's just a multitude of ways this can be done. It's not, it's not my game. So I've only been playing games like this for decades, so I just have an opinion. Opinion I thought I'd like to share with you because, right now, it currently just feels like if this is it, if this is what you're offering, it's not enough for content gameplay wise currently, or at least what you're showing us. Currently also the scaling it's just too far off in my opinion. After only playing a mage out in the field like one day, obviously I'm not the best mage or anything even remotely close to that. And, there's still a lot of development to be done, but I intentionally pulled a group or a mob of, your 3-star elites at level 10 to 15. And I thought as a 25 mage, I would just destroy them because they're 10 to 15 levels below me. I got 2 of them down. The third one ended up killing me. And I was, dancing around a lot longer than I thought I would need to for that kind of a level difference. At that point, I was like, why doesn't my mage have I fucked up, I need to escape button, and i.e. Like a disappear, or a time travel, a save point port, or for the love of God, I just hope the scaling gets fixed, and then maybe there's some kind of escape when you're out there soloing. Another thing you guys have brought out is these different races, which is great. Every game like this does that, but the lore you have associated with it, I would really like you to see expand on that. For instance, if I'm one of the Pyre class that are nature heavy folks, if I choose to be a mage that happens to be Pyre, it makes sense to me that maybe the tree, you would remove the arcane and add like earth or wind, as an ability or something, as a nature person, having the earth or wind magic trees with the fire and ice would be kind of cool. Who wouldn't want an earthquake to stun a group of things, or an AE or a AoE stun, like a tornado that pushes everything in the path backwards away from the caster? Honestly, though, I've had so many more ideas for the hunters, just because that was my passion in World of Warcraft, is just playing the hunter nonstop, 15 16 hours a day for 15 plus years. But I only use the mage as an example here because I happen to be playing one this current day when everything was just starting to bother me as far as some of these designs, because it reminded me of back in the day when I would play a paladin on EverQuest, and I thought, yeah, this game's going to last forever. EverQuest is awesome. I can't even envision playing something else. And then World of Warcraft came out looking all cartoony, and I was like, that's kind of funny, but I'm not going to play World of Warcraft because I've got EverQuest here. But then EverQuest said, what we're going to do, we're going to be the best graphical game. We're going to just invest so much resources in becoming this graphically amazing game. And then World of Warcraft's response was, Yeah, I don't give a shit. We're just going to create more and more and more content. The moral of the story there is kids nowadays can't tell you what EverQuest is, but they can tell you what World of Warcraft is. And your Ashes of Creation is a visually very beautiful game. But I need more content. I need a lot more content. Ugh. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and turn on notifications. Have a great day from Gresham, Oregon.